We're jumping into game number 3. So, on the left side, we have MarineLorD playing as the blue French, and on the right side, we also have French for Lucifron in red.
Let's take a look at the openings. So we have 1 on sheep for Lucifron, 5 on wood. 1 is going to build the dock. Blue side, 3 on sheep, 4 on sheep, 2 on wood, extra scout, 3 scouts. Uh-oh. MarineLorD is up to something.
Ooh, that's interesting. Because at this point, this could be about denying docks. MarineLorD is delaying his own dock over here, but as you said, 3 scouts over here, as opposed to just 1 right now on the field for Lucifron. That could be enough to burn down that dock quite rapidly, and that could give a nice edge to MarineLorD. So he's playing a bit off meta over here, but I kind of like his approach. Could be great to carve out an advantage, and he needs to be very careful not to lose that scout out there.
Lucifron saw it though. Why is he not going full scouts himself? This should be a pretty reasonable counter, no? Just go 3 scouts yourself? Or is he giving up the dock?
Looks like MarineLorD is giving up on the dock. Probably not forever, but he's going to delay it a tiny bit. But in comparison, just look at this. The dock is already starting to get burned down, and those scouts do have a lot of torch damage. So I think Lucifron won't be able to get basically any kind of extra food from the fishing. There comes the dock for MarineLorD. Lucifron is trying to harass that villager, but even his starting scout is very weak, so he won't even be able to delay that dock. This is looking great for MarineLorD.
Lucifron will get 2 scouts out himself, so he should save his own dock, and will have an earlier fishing ship. I actually see Lucifron ahead.
Yeah, with 2 scouts out now, that's for sure. Because he has a fishing ship working already, whereas MarineLorD is just now finishing his dock. In the end, he decided to go for the 2 scouts, so MarineLorD can't fight this. I wonder if MarineLorD is going to add the 4th scout now that he sees that there is 2 more from Lucifron.
And indeed, that's what's going to be in the queue. Wow, this is interesting.
In Age of Empires 2, Scouts Wars was a regular occurrence for 20 years. I did not expect Scouts Wars like this to be a thing in AoE 4.
Especially at the cost of villager production, right? Every single time you build a scout, that's 1 less villager.
Indeed it is. Although when you have a dock working for you, obviously it helps. Already 1 fishing ship out for MarineLorD, but Lucifron has 2. And what's even more impactful is that Lucifron's deep fish is right next to his dock, whereas MarineLorD built his dock a little further away from that deep fish. So the travel distance is much greater as well.
Yeah, so true. So true. And I like the spot for Lucifron, I believe. Food income should be a bit faster. Scout is now getting reasonably aggressive in the center.
Oh,
Okay,
some nice
sees
hits
what's
by
up.
MarineLorD. Four scouts for MarineLorD coming in. Only 2 for Lucifron out here to defend. He can pull a 3rd one if he wants to. But it looks like MarineLorD is once again coming in for the dock kill.
Another scout in the queue, so it should be 4v4 on the map pretty soon. But as you mentioned, low HP ones. I think he needs to add another one even. But 2 more wills in the queue for Lucifron.
Yeah, he probably needs to add 1 more, as he said, because one of his scouts is very much on the left side, and those scouts do a ton of damage here for MarineLorD, so Lucifron can't wait forever to fight this one. It's 3 versus 4, but that's an advantage for MarineLorD right now. Lucifron not coming in with a 4th scout just yet, and you see, the moment he disengages, MarineLorD will throw a couple of torches.
Oh, this is so intense, and I don't think this is the best micro by Lucifron ever. Why is he fighting 4v3?
Oh boy, he loses 1 scout, and that's just so impactful over there, because just now when the next scout comes in, his opponent once again has the numbers advantage. MarineLorD trying to snipe that 1 low HP scout, and he gets that one as well. This is looking absolutely amazing for him. He is just so spectacular with the scout micro. And now Lucifron is going to have to invest into another scout. Oh, this is starting to get very messy here for Lucifron.
And the low HP scout of MarineLorD is getting so many hits off as well. Such great micro by our French player.
Absolutely. Another scout goes down from Lucifron, and now Lucifron is full on the scout production. But obviously behind this one, as you said, he's sacrificing villagers for every single scout he made. Lucifron had to add like 3 more scouts compared to MarineLorD. So despite the fact that MarineLorD couldn't burn down the dock, he has to be happy with what he accomplished. It's 26 eco for MarineLorD, 22 for Lucifron. All of that comes from the extra scouts that Lucifron had to add.
23 workers against 26. That's including fishing ships. So solid advantage there by MarineLorD. And he's trying to focus down that villager. Other scouts are low.
That's an HP advantage for MarineLorD once again. That's a very nice choke point as well. He's trying to get another kill. He gets another scout down. Unbelievable micro by MarineLorD right now.
So good. Is he finding another scout kill here? Maybe commits. Put the scout back on the front. 6 HP. No, miss microed.
Oh boy, another scout goes down. 7 kills to 3 deaths over here. And MarineLorD now gets away with that last scout. He's halfway up to Feudal Age. Whereas for Lucifron, correct me if I'm wrong, but he's not even going up yet. Actually, there is the landmark. Lucifron is going up.
Yep. Both with a very similar timing. MarineLorD slightly behind, but Lucifron 3 villages versus 4 of MarineLorD. So will be within like 5 seconds, I would believe. And then with all this open ground, I think knight numbers will actually be more important than Hulk numbers.
It's very possible because we do have both players going up with the School of Cavalry. But if you look at the gold mine spots, that's what's more interesting. MarineLorD's one seems a little safer. It's kind of close to the town center and that School of Cavalry, whereas the one for Lucifron is just very exposed over here.
Do we need walls? Do we need a barracks? Instant night by MarineLorD. Something we don't see from Lucifron yet. Has lots of food. Why does he have villagers on sheep?
I think he was just too focused on microing and he forgot about them. But indeed, he doesn't really need food villagers anymore. 2 docks for both players. We have no hawks coming out though for MarineLorD yet. For Lucifron, he is already popping out that first hawk and he's getting additional sails. So he's gonna have a head start when it comes to naval combat.
Lucifron likely to win water, or at least might get an advantage here. Most important thing is that he also makes the defense happen on land. A barracks could work, some knights could work, walls could work. Right now, he goes for 1 knight. Might not be enough.
There's a barracks coming in here for Lucifron as well. That's a big investment that he's making, and that's an investment that MarineLorD is not making. But the first hawk is already coming in for Lucifron. Now, for MarineLorD, he doesn't need to stress about it that much, because his own hawk is about to pop out, as this one from Lucifron opens up on a fishing eco. That is 1 fishing ship that's probably going down, indeed. But now Lucifron is disengaging. He's got additional sails, so he can run away from the ships of MarineLorD for now.
8v8 fishing ships, but MarineLorD has 5 more villagers behind this.
And that's a big difference maker over here, especially because the knight is going to start fighting the gold miners of Lucifron here. Lucifron ran away with his knights, and that could easily be 1 or 2 villager kills for MarineLorD if Lucifron is not paying attention. A horseman also is coming in. Spearman defense should be fine here, but another villager goes down for Lucifron.
Okay, nice defense here with the knights by Lucifron though. And the spearman will defend. And if Lucifron is stabilizing on land, that means if he wins water, he's in a really good spot all of a sudden.
What I would love to see from MarineLorD is some walls in front of his base. These 2 forests in front of his base are just so good when it comes to providing a natural barrier. It would take very little effort to wall off his base and basically mean that he can just focus entirely on water. Second hawk just now coming in, still no additional sails for him though. Meanwhile, we have a second hawk out as well for Lucifron, so water, it's relatively even right now.
Should be pretty soon 3 hulks against only 2 hulks. Yeah, Lucifron can't take this. MarineLorD should clap here. Did Lucifron see it and disengage?
Yep, he saw it with a scout. He's got a scout near the dock of his opponent, and that's just a clever use of that scout. The best way to do it would be to hide it in the stealth forest and just always have an information about the opponent's eco near the docks, and of course would give a lot of information about the presence those hawks as well.
Lucifron does something tricky / weird. He's splitting up his 2 hulks and tries to go for snipes of those fishing boats. But that just means if those hulks are spotted, they would die. But I think we have additional sails versus no additional sails. So Lucifron could maybe get away.
Indeed,
that's the
Lucifron could
case.
disengage any moment over here as MarineLorD is closing in for a kill. There is a lot of firepower on those Hulks though, and I'm not sure if that additional sails will save that ship here from Lucifron. Indeed, MarineLorD is committing against this one, and that might be the first Hog going down. Oh, it gets away. That's vital for Lucifron. He's pulling the fishing ships to repair, but MarineLorD might get 1 or 2 fishing ship kills here for himself.
That moment felt a bit more dangerous than it actually was in the end. Everything survived, but still, it's 5 hulks against 3 hulks now. While Spearmen are making the defense happen on land. Market now by MarineLorD. If he went for an archer range, I think he could have gone for a kill on land.
It is possible. There is quite a lot of spearmen over here, and that gold mine is very much exposed. Knights are not thinking about raiding elsewhere. That wood line is quite exposed, as it looks like Lucifron is getting close to Castle Age. MarineLorD, not so much. He's floating a ton of wood right now, but this is his chance to jump on those lumberjacks.
Ooh. Sneaky move indeed. Nothing there. Easy kills.
And that's going to be 1 villager down. A second one might also go down. Spearman will have to react to this one, but at this point, the biggest problem for Lucifron is that he keeps losing villagers left and right. And given the fact that he also invested into more scouts at the beginning, that just means that MarineLorD's eco is so much better. 49 workers versus 42. Way better resource income in every single department.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty sweet for him for sure. I'm a bit curious. Like, only Spearman defense can't be the answer. I think we need to see some more Knights by Lucifron and try to make some counterattack happen, no?
Speaking of Knights, MarineLorD swoops in with a Knight on the gold mine. He pulled the Spearman to the north so he can dive in, get another kill, and many of those villagers are heavily damaged, so now he's just harassing his opponent from 2 directions and stretching out the attention of Lucifron so well.
Oh, but then we might see some miss micro on water. 6 hulks against what seems to be 7 hulks with 2 more in the queue. Uh-oh. 9 against 8. It's still pretty close on water.
It is close on water, but I think that MarineLorD is satisfied with that because I think he's leading on land. He's got the map presence, he's got the better worker count, so there is nothing to be disappointed about for him, as he's still tempted to try and raid that wood line, but there are too many spearmen defending it. As you said, archers could be a solution here for MarineLorD, and there is the archer range. The first couple of archers would be intercepted by that forward knight, though. Bit of a scuffle.
Lucifron poking a bit. 7 against 9 here. MarineLorD could chase. Now it's 8v9. Uh-oh. Lucifron could lose one. Oh, this is close.
Indeed, that's a big fight over here. Additional sails are in for both players, so it comes down to who spins better, because those 2 broadside ballistas fire independently from each other. So while one is reloading, you want to shoot with the other one. Fishing eco is still safe for Lucifron, but as you said, ship numbers are better for MarineLorD.
Meanwhile, MarineLorD dove into the gold of Lucifron, but he had exactly enough spearmen for the defense there, so good job on him.
Lucifron is holding for the time being. It is 87 population versus 101 though. No Castle Age on the horizon for either player.
Oh, makes lots of sense. Main gold is now running out for MarineLorD, needs to transition there, and sees it quite early. Good job on his end. 10 hulks against 9 hulks. 10's one in the queue. Ooh. And now finally the first archer arriving.
And that's going to be a big difference maker, because a single archer here can pick off all the spearmen. And then that gold mine is wide open for raiding. Second archer already comes in as well. We already have a knight as well to start killing those villagers. Big water fight coming in though. And this is something that once again should favor MarineLorD here. He's the one that starts sinking the fleet of Lucifron. 1 hog goes down, a second one sinks, whereas MarineLorD hasn't lost a single one up until now.
7v10, make it 6v10 and some low HP ones. MarineLorD is looking pretty good on water and on land.
He's indeed looking pretty good because Lucifron right now is distracted. and MarineLorD is going in for the kill. He wants to finish off those low HP ships. MarineLorD also pulled all his fishing ships here to repair, mismicroing them a tiny bit, but ultimately, both sides will just lose most of their fishing eco and some of their hulks.
He's disengaging 9v7. Too scared of the mass repair. Some fishing ship losses, but I think the main story now starts on land.
I agree with that, because Lucifron needs to make some sort of reaction to those archers. Luckily for him, his second gold mine is a little safer than the first one. I would love to see a defensive tower nearby, and indeed, here it comes for Lucifron. That's going to help protect those berries, the gold, and even the lumberjacks.
Wouldn't walls be even better?
Probably, yes, but he
Yeah,
would need to
but-
move out of his base for that, I think. And I don't
Yeah,
think that he feels confident with his map control.
yeah, okay, I can see that. Fishing ship count behind this, I think it is 4 against 7 in favor of MarineLorD, meaning workers 63 for MarineLorD, 49 only for Lucifron. Nice economy advantage for MarineLorD.
Indeed, and in a mirror matchup, that is just decisive. He also has a couple of archers harassing the berry villagers, so with some of the fishing ships dead for Lucifron and losing those berries, his food economy is going to be a little bit weaker, and that could delay a potential castle age, whereas MarineLorD is starting to bank up some resources, could be a sign that he's heading towards castle. And if he gets to castle age, demolition ships will change the water combat quite a bit.
That's so true. But let's see if we will get into that spot where we don't have the deciding fight before that. Archer's still blocking the berries, but we see another mill next to a boar. So Lucifron will get some reasonable food income. 2 knights into the woodline, just going straight through.
And they will get some kills over here. A little bit of a slow reaction here from Lucifron. He's going to lose 3 more villagers out here. And now as he's going back, he could have maybe lost 1 or 2 more if MarineLorD commits. MarineLorD will just want to keep that knight alive for the time being. Slowly but surely, MarineLorD is grinding down the economy of Lucifron, and that lead is growing bigger and bigger as the Hawks are coming in.
Let's take a look. Hulk numbers are 11 for Lucifron, and we have 14 on the side for MarineLorD. Just took out the dock.
I love that move to take out the dock. He's playing this one safely, doesn't want to fight on the water, but he takes down a dock, and that slows down the production of Lucifron, forces him to invest into another dock, as it looks like the land aggression is going to get cleaned up for the time being. MarineLorD, looking pretty decent at the food department, kind of decent with the gold as well. Not so bad of a resource bank for Lucifron either, though.
Oh, I think a big water fight is coming up. 16 Hulks are moving in. Second dock attempt cancelled there by Lucifron, who's trying to go in with 2 of his Hulks, but those are going to be 2 dead ones.
Yeah, it looks like he just tried to snipe the opponent's fish here, but in the end, he's just going to have all of those Hawks isolated from these 2, and these 2 will get taken down. Gotta love how MarineLorD is splitting up his fleet, though, because he knows that Lucifron at this point is just trying to pull him away from his docks, and honestly, MarineLorD needs to turn back and fight this.
Hey, you have to go a bit hard carry on the cast now, while I will try to reconnect to the game. And yeah, just go ahead.
Well, I have some news for you, Nili. You have missed absolutely nothing, because as this water fight was going on, MarineLorD had the numbers advantage, and Lucifron taps out.
Okay. So, nice moves here by MarineLorD. That early scout aggression paid off so nicely, and a bit impatient play by Lucifron. And I think he went in with his scouts a bit too early to fight, and then it felt like MarineLorD's scout micro was just a level above.
Indeed, and that probably decided a lot of things here, because if we look at the villager graphs, every single moment in this game, Lucifron was playing from a disadvantageous position, and most of that comes from the fact that he wasn't making villagers for a solid minute because he had to add 3 extra scouts over his